Good morning, YouTube. How you doing? I really appreciate you being here. Some games. First off, happy Sunday. We made it through another week. The world hasn't ended. The sky didn't fall. In fact, I got my coffee and some food, so I'm really happy. It's gonna be a great day. I can feel it in my bones. Let's see if I can put. Oh, it's so warm. Sweater is so warm. It's not even funny. Let me put another nice sweater on. Let's see how this one feels. Oh. Okay. I think this is a nice sweater too. Okay. So yeah, I'm super excited. Today's gonna be just a chill, laid back day. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. We're gonna hang out. Maybe like talk to whoever jumps in the chat. But yeah, I'm just super excited to just like kind of jam. I want to brew some standard, so let's jump into arena and just see what we can do. So where we were last with standard was I played an RCQ yesterday morning. This was the list that I played, and there's definitely some things I want to change. So first things first. The second cavern was nice. Starting town, I think I also played 2 of. Then I played 6 mountains and a single abandoned air temple, which I'm going to turn into a soulstone sanctuary because there was multiple times where if I just had an attacker, it would have been a lot better. Soulstone sanctuary is probably the worst card of my deck to cast like Boros Charm Lightning Helix, so it's like not great for that situation, like for that reason. However, it is like very good in the games where it's good. I think the second cavern can be in the board. They didn't come up, but I could see how that could be a huge problem. You can go up to the full 4 verges, 7 mountains. White sources are really important. Yeah, so besides that, the main felt good. I kind of want to go back to playing more creatures. Voice is decent. The issue with playing all these anthems is in a lot of matchups I just cut them. So I'm curious if I put the Boros Charm in the board. The anthems make the deck overall more powerful, but the issue is if they kill my creatures, then the anthems don't do much. They just kind of sit there. So we could cut Voice of Victory and instead play. I don't want to go back to Krenko. If we got the Painter Studios and trim down to 1 War Leader's Call, then I could potentially play 1, 2 Krenkos. And if we're playing Krenkos, we can play Grease Wrench and Agathas. I think we have a decent amount of activated abilities. If we're playing to the Krenko plan, we want to go 4 and 3. War Leader's Call is decent. Agathas is decent. We can play 1 Agatha's main, 1 side. Go up to the full 4 Grease Wrench. I like 3 Grease Wrench. I think 4 is a bit much. Trim down on the War Leader's Call if we're doing this plan. We can play Monument. No, but it just does nothing when we don't discard cards. We want cards that are just aggressive always. Goblin. The Scamp isn't legal. Oh, this is the Pioneer deck. Okay. I mean, that's fine. So let's go traditional pioneer standard. Everything else is the same, except the cards that are legal. Okay, so if we're leaning, one of the things that we could do is instead of playing the Agatha's Grease Wrench plan, we could play Lackey and more Pirates, like Firebrand. I think Firebrand's actually better than Lackey. 3. Yeah. Play 3 Firebrands. I guess we play 4. And then we could just go. We have 7 cards left. We play 2 Breaches. I think I like one Breaches. 1 Breaches, 2 Fanatics. I mean, numbers are hard. Breaches is very strong. So is Dropkick Bomber. So we can go 2 and 2. If we go down to 1 Firebrand, what's the curve look like? I mean, that curve is decent. Definitely don't have a lot of 2-drop creatures, which is a problem. What could we play? We could play. I mean, Draconics is decent. Alright, so if we go trim the Lightning Helixes, then we don't have any red-white cards. We can play the full 4 Cavern. Can also go 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries. So just red lands. And Quarry Mountain Monastery is interesting. Fire Nation Palace is interesting. Honestly, one of the reasons to play Moros was like Abandoned Air Temple. But after playing with it yesterday, format is so heavy on removal. No good red utility lands. We can play a Raceway. One Amonkhet Raceway, 1 Fountain Port, 1 Soulstone Sanctuary. That's 6 colorless lands then. Let's go 2 Caverns in that case. Fountain Port's okay. I think I'm okay with 4 colorless lands. We're going to not always be in the greatest spot when we draw them, but that's fine. And Fountain Port can give us cards. This is tough. I think Raceway's not as good as we think. Fountain Port can draw us cards, but the cards that we're drawing are just going to be creatures that we're going to play anyway, so the Sanctuary is better. And Cavern, if we could just get the creatures down, we're in a pretty good shape, pretty good spot. Man, Rogue's Passage is awesome. Just make something not be able to block? That's crazy. We can also make something just unblockable. I mean, 3 True City is our Nykthos. So these are our 6 colorless lands. It's kind of crazy. I guess we could do 1 and 1, Soulstone and 3 Tree. We can play another, or we can play the second Cavern inside. I like double Soulstone more than double Cavern or double 3 Tree. And we can board into the second Cavern if we need it. 3 Tree City is really busted if we have a bunch of creatures, I will be honest. Okay, so how many lands do we have? We have 12. We need to add 10, and that'll put us over 4, 5, 6, 18 plus 4 is 22. We can trim the 4th Krenko. We can trim the 2nd Draconautics. What does the curve look like? We can trim the 3rd Dropkick. I mean, I like all this. Now we gotta fix the sideboard. All the white cards can come out. Okay, so we're not looking at lands anymore. Now we're trying to figure out what sideboard cards to play. The first thing that I want to put in the deck is Fire Magic. It's crazy because it's so good against us, but it's also so good against a lot of the other decks. Fire Magic, what did I miss yesterday? Oh, Pyroclasm was completely dead. Fire Magic's nice because you can leave it up in spots that you can't leave up Pyroclasm, and it scales to the late game. 2 Torch, 2 Obliterating Bolt. I think I like 3. We can play 2 Agathas, 2 Chandras, 2 Caverns. Those Chandras. Oh, what's another card that we could play? We can play 3 Chandras, I guess, but that's not like super great. What's a colorless card that we can play? I mean, Ghost Vacuum is pretty decent. I like Ghost Vacuum and Agathas. I think 2 Fire Magic, 2 Ghost Vacuum, 2 Agathas, 2 Chandras, 3 Obliterating Bolts in a Cavern. Play 1 more. Oh, Soul Guide Lantern is in the format. Let's just play that over Ghost Vacuum. So we have 5 cards versus the Reanimator deck. Fire Magic, Torch, Obliterating Bolt versus the red decks. Control, we just have Chandra and Cavern. I think we just don't play Agathos. Lean on the Soul Guides. Marvin's a Krenko, that's interesting. But this stops a lot more than I think, but I can't think of anything right now. None of our stuff has ETBs. So it's probably like worth it just to like play Torpor Orb. Oh yeah, this stops the reanimator deck. Two fire magic, two torch, three obliterating bolt, soulstone. Hey, what's up? What stuff? Appreciate you dropping in. Trying to get in the goblin mindset of magic. I'm a blue-white control, and while I love control, it's just not good for climbing time-wise. That's it. So I'm trying to love goblins. Any advice? How are we dealing with Jeskai artifacts? I'm assuming we play standard. Yeah. So first off, I basically would just recommend picking some cards that you enjoy playing a lot of games with. You say you're a blue-white control player. Try to figure out what's the fastest way to win a game, and then just play something that you enjoy. Of course, that's also like relatively quick, and just jam a lot of games. I would say if there's a easy way to put the goblin mindset into words, it's go fast, hit hard, and then even if you win, even if you lose, you're still playing the game that you love, and then you get to start over again. So I like to play like little 1/1s and attack over and over and over again. And if I lose, if they ever, the way I look at it is you kind of have to pick what do you want to lose to. Like I don't want to lose to control, so I play aggro. If you want to play control, right, you have to be okay with losing to certain decks. So if you want to like swap over to like playing a more aggressive deck, you have to kind of just accept that like if your opponent has removal, your deck doesn't win. But there's a lot of games where your opponent won't have removal. And so I think that like that's just the way that I would sum it up. Like you kind of just got to like play to what you enjoy, and then just like play as many reps as you can possibly have, because the reps are what's going to give you the ability to enjoy it, even if you're losing. And yeah, you just kind of like gotta figure out like what is it that innately makes you happy. When you first started playing Magic, there was something that like made you really really happy, and like find that and like latch onto that. That'll make the grinding in the game so much easier. And if you're trying to play specifically goblins, I would highly recommend trying to figure out, what do you enjoy doing like with creatures, right? If you want to play a tempo plan, play Is It Goblins. There's a blue-red version of this deck that plays counter spells and tempo cards. And then you go wide with, the creatures. If you want to play big stuff, there's a version of goblins where you can just like make huge creatures. Try to figure out what it is that like really like inspires you to deck build and to grow and to like try new things. And once you figure out what it is that you enjoy when you're trying new things, then just uh, like look at everything as data points. Like every loss is a data point, and then every win is a confirmation of what you're doing is working. So yeah, I would just recommend like really try, like if you're especially if you're just trying to play goblins, right? Figure out, if you're trying to play under the umbrella of goblins, you can build it any different way. Ask yourself that if you enjoy playing counter spells, play blue red goblins, and then just play like spell pierces and negates, and then you have a board. Your opponent goes, "Here's my thing," and you're like, "No." So, um, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So because you're talking about that, I wanted to build Is It Goblins, and that won't be really hard. So let me just throw that together real quick. I think actually I have. Is that this deck? No, this is the we in respect out of respect for the world's win, we made Is It Goblins with lessons, which was pretty cool. No, but we're looking for actual Is It Goblins. I think this was the list. I'm gonna go blow my nose, and when I come back, we're gonna work on this. Oh. Something to the sunlight, and I'll be just fine. Okay, and we're back. So, this is what I had. This is what I was working on. I think that with all the removal and boomerang basics, Agatha's is going to be a dead card. I like the idea of playing a 1/1 split with Enduring Curiosity and Courage because they both do very specifically good things in this deck. Courage makes all your 1/1s 3/3s or 3/1s. And that's phenomenal. Usually your opponents never want to block the creatures that you make with Krenko because there's so many of them. They're going to eat them, right? But they're never going to trade with them. Courage makes it so that most creatures trade instead of just being eaten. So they just have to take the damage. There's some games where it's just too much. So we can cut their Grease Wrenches if we cut the Agathas. I think Curiosity is probably a little bit too cute. So is Enduring Courage. Let's go 4 Hollow Squad, 3 Krenko. I like the idea of 3 Dropkick Bomber. Let's put the package in the deck. We go Goblin. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we just go 1. There's already so many 3-drops in this deck. I really like Sieges. Maybe the Pirate package isn't good. I like Draconautics because it gives you something to stabilize with. Like you can make a dragon, you can make it a 3/3. It's a really good mana dump, especially if you have Frostcliff Siege down. 2 Cavern, 2 Soulstone is fine. So in this, Siege is so strong. 2/2. All right, so now we get to figure out what high caliber blue cards we want to play. I mean, I really like Enduring Curiosity. This is really good. We could also, instead of playing Burst Lightning and Lightning Strike, we could play like Spell Pierce and Essence Scatter. Because there's things that this doesn't kill, but the issue is we need interaction early, and it allows us to push damage late. So I think the burn spells are good. The one thing that I'm really iffy on is the mana base on Arena. I don't have a lot of good blue-red duels. We have the fast lands, yeah. We basically just have these. Oh, we have Starting Town now, maybe. Multiversal Passage might be decent. Just as like more sources. We have 22 lands. I mean, I think that's good. I will say I want to cut a cavern, or let's put 1 cavern in the side. Passage is a source. Okay, we have 21 lands. Make that 22. We don't really have any card advantage in the early game. We could play like a Consult. If we trim one of these, we could play. Oh, you know what we could play? See if we have any Riddlers. Nope. Hasty Riddler. It's just so good. The only card that has exclusively Goblin synergies, Krenko's fine because most of my creatures are Goblins, but it's Dropkick Bomber. This is also the only way to make things fly. I guess Draconautics also covers that angle. I really want to play either Consult or Riddler. Let's go Trimming into the Floodmaw. We need 3 cards. Three Consults. So the curve is pretty high on 2s. I think we go 2 Consult. 2 Frostcliff, 2 Consult, 2 Curiosity. And then the rest of it's pretty decent. Go up on Frostcliff Siege, maybe? Because Siege is just so busted. I guess we could also just play like a 1 of Into the Floodmaw. I'm going to put that back on the board. Then we go to packs. I'm going to see if I can get some... Is it Goblins makes sense? Because I was running out of gas. Exactly. Well, I feel like what I was thinking about yesterday was I was watching everybody cast Consults and Stock Ups and Ritters and Ancestrals. And I'm like, well, I really wish I had some card advantage. So there's a Mythic Wild card. Now we open the useless packs. Okay, Mythic Wild card, okay. Okay, cool. So now we go back to this deck. We go Trim the Floodmaw. I guess Consult isn't as good. I mean, Consult is so good. We're gonna put Consult as a 4-drop. Let me just say Riddler. Craft 2 of these. Trim. I guess we could do some interesting stuff. Let's cut the burst. Let's cut the lightning strikes. These are 2s. These are 2. Or this. So cut the drop kicks. I don't know how I feel about Stock Up. There's another blue card advantage spell that I'm thinking. 3 Siege, 4 Consult. Okay. I like that. That does sound better. Because then this is what my curve looks like. What's it? It's 12, 12, 7, 5, 2. Because these are technically here. 12, 12, 7, 5, 2. That looks great. The mana base is decent. We got Soulstone and Cavern. Cavern's probably the only card that's iffy. Yeah, we'll cut the Cavern. 2 Soulstones are decent. We can go up a mountain. Check the math. 22 lands. But we have Consult plus Riddler to find stuff. To find lands if we need to. The other thing I kind of want to try is just like Burst Lightning as... I guess we could do Boomerang basics. I'm thinking if there's any reason that we want to pick something up. Not really. The only reason we want to pick something up is a Riddler. Floodmaw, I think, makes more sense. It's a good read. Okay. Floodmaw, craft all, finish. Yeah, I mean, like being able to like bounce anything, anytime, very strong. Yeah, let's try this. And then, yeah, board. We got to work on the board. Sideboard. I really like Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is one of my favorite cards in these kind of decks. So activated abilities, we have Burnout Bastronaut, Stadium Headliner, Draconautics, Howl Squad, Krenko. Is that worth it to play the Agathas? I think Agathas is better as Soul Guide Lantern. Boomerang if we do lessons. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I was thinking like you cast Boomerang with one card in hand, you draw 2 cards off the Riddler, you pick up your Riddler, you replay your Riddler. Ooh, a Braid for Artifacts is a good read. I think if I'm playing for Artifacts, I mean, I guess a Braid is just too flexible to not play it. But there's also that 3 mana sorcery. Let's see if I can find it. 3 mana sorcery uncommon from Edge of Eternities. Yes, Ruinous Rampage. I can bolt my opponent or just like exile all of their artifacts. I think I like having those. Aetherize is like okay. I guess Aetherize is like a great catch-all against the Ouroboros decks that just go so big I can't beat them. Okay. Reset all of these functions. So we got Spell Pierce, Essence Scatter, Negate, Obliterating Bolt, Ruinous Rampage, Abrade, Aetherize, Trim the Cavern. We could play Chandra, Spell Pierce, and Negate. I think that like those are the cards that we're gonna really need. Play a third Spell Pierce. 3 Spell Pierce, 2 Negate. Against the creature decks, we have 2 Essence Scatter, 2 Obliterating Bolt, 2 Abrade. We also have the potential to play Aetherize. I mean, this requires us to hold up 4 mana, which is just never going to happen. Soul Guide Lantern. Two. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Derek? Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, you're right. We got to refill the gas. Got to draw some cards. Blue control and draw with the goblins to kill them. Yes, we're just gonna play after boards, basically counter spells, and then just like hit them with chunks. We're basically playing tempo post board. This is 15. Only 2 soul guides is kind of iffy. We also play Torpor Orb. Play 2 Torpor Orbs. What are cards that I don't need because of the main? I have Flood Maws. We don't have like any removal besides the Into the Flood Maws. But that's fine because we're threat heavy. So most of the board should be removal. I think Negate is probably not as good. Oh, and if we're trying to deal with creatures, Essence Scatter is also not the greatest. So let's go Soul Guide Lantern, because this deck is really big right now. And then we have 3 Spell Pierce, 3 Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Abrade, 2 Torpor Orb, 2 Ruinous Rampage. I kind of just want a third Obliterating Bolt. And yeah. If we want a board wipe, we go for like Pyroclasm, nothing super big in mana. Oh yeah, Fire Magic is something we should play. Our deck right now is not very susceptible to Fire Magic. Okay, so we can trim the Obliterating Bolt, and I think Torpor Orb might be too narrow. Like, what does it stop? Stops the Bant Allies deck, which stops the Reanimator deck. Oh, what other decks have ETBs? I can't really think of a lot of decks that have ETBs. Stops Badger Mole. That's a great reason to play it. Badger Mole is a great reason to play this card. Does it stop the 4-color or the teamer 4-power greater deck? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, not earthbending is kind of huge. I think we can play 1. 2 fire magics, 1 torpor orb. I think we'll try it like that. Let's test. It's time to test. All right. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. Their entered effects stops, but now I think teamer is state-based actions. Yeah, I agree. I think that is probably just like cast triggers. We're not playing this list. We're playing the new and improved Landon's List Jackified. We're playing standard best of 3. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, what? 1,000%. We're just trying to play goblins with some card advantage so we don't run out of gas. And thank you. Yeah, I gotta eat my breakfast eventually. Play the fast land. Play the Bastronaut. This looks like the lessons deck, so oh, that's fair. I mean, we could do best of 1, 1,000%. I highly recommend it. Whatever. My opinion is goblins is the best tribe, and I mean I'm kind of biased, but I love it. I don't think we can really let them untap into the Flood Maw. This is base red, so we couldn't double Flood Maw no matter what. I think in their upkeep. Attack for 1. In the upkeep. You can get a fish, but it can't block. Yeah, it's a great point. Storm Chasers is fine. They're leaving up interaction. Okay. Go to combat. Attack. Damage. Second main, play Seer Slicer. Go to the end step. Kill it in response. That's fine. I think I ended the Flood Maw in their upkeep. I mean, I might as well wait. Let them cast a bunch of spells and then just unsummon the Otter. All right, in response, I would like to unsummon your Otter. Put me to 19. Oh, that's really good. We can go Frostcliff Siege. I think this is worth it. I'm going to go Frostcliff Siege. Creatures get Trample and Haste. Bastronaut. Bastronaut attacks. Max speed. Oh hell yeah! I think I think Mill is really cool right now. I have a buddy Alex who plays Esper Mill with all the Mill cards in standard, and it's really good. So I recommend Mill. Wet stuff. That sounds really sweet. It's crazy how. So if I play this, I can't make a dragon no matter what. So I'll just play the Spire Bluff and pass because next turn I can go 2 and then 4. What's up? That's really cool. I love brewing decks and then seeing them actually have good results. Like even if the list is a little bit different, it's the most satisfying thing in the world. It's great validation. So shout out to you for doing that. And also in storming off with Ral and Iroh to make an Earthbend land for 40 damage. Chef's kiss. All right, Boomerang Basics to Frostcliff Siege. Oh, wait, what? Opponent, what? Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing bad. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Yeah, I remember growing up watching Seth Manfield play on YouTube. It was like him, Brad Nelson, of course, like Saffron Olive. But I remember growing up and watching like. Actually, there was a couple people that I met at RC's who I was like, oh my god, like I remember watching you as a kid. You really inspired me to play more Magic. And oh my god, we don't have enough mana to do both, but tap, make a dude attack. Now they need double removal spell. Sure. Pick up Combustion Technique, cast Combustion Technique, kill the Cranko. Reed Duke, yeah, 1,000%. Reed Duke and Gabriel Nassif were awesome. Especially as a kid who just wants to play Magic. Oh my god. Okay, so we go Frostcliff Siege. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Right? No, because this is just lethal in the air. Warp. Combat. Draw 2. 6. Quantum Riddler for the win! Okay. Okay. Maybe this card's the truth. I don't know. Yeah. Busted. Okay, so we were playing against the Lessons deck. We kind of want Graveyard Hate against them. We can kill their tokens. I mean, I guess Spell Pierce is also really good. Into the Flood Maw was very strong there. Fire Magic might not be worth it. Probably don't want all the consults. Draconics was really, really good there. We could probably just get away with... I mean, they don't really care about Graveyard Hate. Like, the Lessons package is why we play the Graveyard Hate, but, like, ultimately they're trying to kill you with creatures. So if we just deal with their creatures, we'll be fine. We can trim the worst card is probably Stadium Headliner. Is Torpor Orb good? I don't think so. I think it's that... What creatures do they play that every TV? If it was permanence entering the battlefield, then Artist's Talent. Oh, Storm Chaser's Talent. Yeah, no. This sadly doesn't stop Storm Chaser's Talent. But we could trim. We could trim another console. We just go down to one console. I think that's fine. One siege? Okay. If we get to board again, then I'll go down to one siege. That's a good point. They play blue, so they're going to bring in like Spell Pierce and stuff. If they're even worried about Spell Pierce. This hand is very good. Guess all these cards with this hand. Maybe this is a sign. We pivot to is it really hard. Keep show me the business, opponent. All right, Grand. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this feels very strong. Yeah, to be fair, whenever I play with blue, the deck feels very strong. The issue is I don't fundamentally I'm a red player. I have a thing against blue, but yeah, if you enjoy playing control, I would build the deck like this. This is why I wanted to do this, was because I was thinking about playing as it for a while. Still no red sources is crazy. Yeah, I think everybody has a bad experience playing against a blue player or a blue deck, and those experiences stand out more than the bad experiences against any other color. And that's why people have like a resiliency or like an issue with blue. Um, but at the end of the day, magic is magic, right? You have to just play the game, and it's one of the five colors. So you have to accept it, but hard to get past old stigmas. I could just start drawing cards with this Frostcliff Siege. No, I think I like getting the Howl Squad down. They're stuck on red mana. So if we just get everything in play, attack with everything. Next turn we have lethal if we play a siege. Exactly. And they concede. Good game, opponent. Wow. That was a pretty sound victory. So, what y'all were saying was to grind the ladder. What? We weren't even in ranked? Oh my god. Okay. The results mean nothing. It wasn't ranked. It was just in play. I'm gonna use the bathroom and we're gonna actually win some games. Oh. Let me pull up the deck so y'all can look at it. We can do this. Yeah. Also, opponent was in the play period. I didn't know it was in play either, but they were playing the best deck in the casual section. I mean, I can't say anything because I was playing it too. But come on. Okay. Yeah, this feels really good. Let's jump back into some games. What changes did I make? I only have one Torpor Orb. Let's cut the Torpor Orb for the second. Let's do it for the Fire Magic. Like actually be able to pivot into control. Let's do that. Standard best of one ranked. Well, let's do best of three. I enjoy playing best of three because I like sideboarding. Put the Crinkle back for sure. I mean, this is the easiest way to win the game. The issue is we don't have lands. This is base red, so let's do this. I will pay 2 life. Let's go to combat. Rev the engines, play a Draconics. Pass it over. Everything gets haste. It's attack. Ooh, split up's really good. Land? Not a land. Let's just get the Draconics down. Beza. Okay. That's fine. Put a counter on it. They pay a life to make a fish. I would like to bounce that. Day of Judgment's good. That's why we didn't play that. That's why we didn't play the Howl Squad. All right, now not having double blue is tough. Combat, make a guy. Attacks. Get lost. Go to theirs. All right, let's see if we can find a blue source. I mean, that's fine. This puts them to 6, or they can pay a life to make a dude. Ugh. Note to self, multiversal passage should almost always be a second blue source. Which feels counterintuitive, but I mean, Consult's just that strong. Alright, pay life, make a fish, draw a card. Go to blocks, block. Pass it over. Yeah, tutor for planes, gain 2 life. Carrot cake, it's fine. I know the Howl Squad's on top, so I don't have to do anything crazy with the Consult. Howl Squad, combat. Make the dude. Combat, attack. They're drawing a bunch of cards. They're jumping, which is fine. End step's good. This is a game where we really have to have a counterspell for the Caretaker's talent. We can deal with pretty much we had them at parity and pretty low in life, and now they've just drawn so many cards. Main deck authority. Yeah, this is what makes this deck a really tough matchup. Interesting. I'll consult. No Cranko. Okay. Take another consult. Headliner. Yeah, let's play a headliner. Combat. Attack with the 3/3. Damage is fine. Pass it over. Combat attack for 4. This is a Wrath, and it's another reason that they wouldn't cast their Overlord for full cost. Day is... What can I do in response? I mean, I think it's always right to just do this in response, see what I have. I mean, if there's a way to get out of it, it's Riddler. That's fine. End step impending trigger. Ooh, this is good. Play this. Oh, but this was our blue source. Trample haste. They're gonna draw some cards. Okay, so we should have gone Warp the Riddler. I guess we can still do it next turn. We should have gone Warp the Riddler. We can't attack, but we draw 2. Following turn, or no, hit our land drop. Following turn, do something else. Okay, Soulstone. Let's Warp the Riddler. That's fine. Draw 2. Here's another blue source. Oh, but we want this Soulstone to get down. Get a second blue source down. Because now we can cast the Riddler. I mean, Riddlers and Consults. Those definitely feel like the way that we get back in this game. Yeah. I'm gonna die. Good game point. All right. Sideboards. This is where Spell Pierce is huge. And the rest of these cards really don't do much. We would have liked to have like 2 negates, but Floodmaw, Spell Pierce will probably have to be good enough. So, playing against a control deck. What are the slow grindy cards? I mean, Riddler's basically a 2-drop. Console, I guess Floodmaw. You could trim Krenko, trim Howl Squad. Try it like that. Those are the cards that force us to commit to the board and like are all in on one board state. We want cards that like, oh, you wrathed, that's fine. Bastronaut and Howl Squad are great examples of that. Cards that just by themselves do things. I guess Krenko should be just the single card I cut in this matchup because of the fact that it does nothing if I don't have a Siege or a Howl Squad. To be fair, this is our hardest matchup. When this deck was like tier 1, tier 2, it was really hard for us to win any games. This would be keeping a bad hand just on the basis of Consult. This is much better. Bottom the 4-drop. Excuse me. Running Krenko, I want more often without him than with him. Yeah, I agree. I think game 1, you can definitely surprise a lot of people if they're just playing spot removal. And then in the late game, or in the post-board games, they just have so much interaction that Krenko rarely does anything. Carrick is fine. Mountain Siege. Do I want to draw cards or give things haste? I mean, I'm pretty low on cards right now. They just take it. I get to draw. Day. Or split up. Play the Verge. Pass it over. Destroy target enchantment. That's fine. I already got a card off of it. Kick a consult. Well, take the 2 spells. Hey, babe. All right, I'll be right up. Okay, I'm gonna go move my car, and I'll be right back. Ooh, Spell Pierce is going to destroy me. I guess I have Into the Flood Maw. Oh, I'll take a break. I'll mute it, and I'll be right there. Astronaut. Then we'll go to combat, end the turn. Oh, I had to Flood Maw. Damn it. I had to Flood Maw the voice because now I can't cast anything. It's okay. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Let's see. This is bad here. If I bounce this, they're just going to play it right back. I can pump this once. Damage is good. Flood Maw, the voice. Get Lost is, I guess I could Spell Pierce that. I really want to Spell Pierce a talent. The issue is I can't Spell Pierce a talent. You know, that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, well, it's the way the news goes. All right, let's play the Seer Slicer. I guess if we have a Soulstone Sanctuary, we shouldn't have played that land first. And then we kind of just die to the jump because they can 0 to make all the creatures fly and put counters on them. Good game, opponent. Really well played. No blocks. Well, we beat the best deck, and then we lost to an old best deck. So 50-50, 2-2, another day in the office. I really appreciate appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. This has been Breakfast with a Goblin, and yeah, this is kind of what I want to do on Sundays. Just kind of brew, work on the decks that I play during the week. We have a streaming schedule. We go Standard on Mondays, Pioneer on Tuesdays, Pauper on Wednesdays, Modern on Thursdays, Legacy on Fridays. Saturday is either a challenge or I go play an RCQ and then come home and talk about it. And then Sunday is fun day. We just do whatever we want while eating breakfast. So if you enjoy Goblin's content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more support the channel, $1 a month gets hammered out on every stream. Also, you can go to the Patreon if you really want to support me in my Magic career, and you can help me go to these big tournaments like the Energies and the RCs that I go to. So from the top, I'm going to read off the members, and then we're going to go. We have 2 Patreon members right now. We have Adam, and we have, what was the other name? It was a very beautiful name. I just forget what is. Let me go. I have all the other members memorized. The newest ones. Okay, so chats. Messages. The real Tutsu, the real Tutsu, and Adam are the 2 members. We have Adam at the Crinkle Mob Boss tier, and the real Tutsu is a green Goblin tier. And yeah, then we also have the YouTube members. I'm going to read off those, and I'm going to go. From the top, Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth Newt, ADDY 100K, Jared Munsterman, and Annan, Riberio, 7777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B. Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrieth, Needle Burrito, Trucker Philosophy, The Green Ranger, Stanton McCain, and Jew. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. We stream every single day, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. If you want to watch more Goblins content, I'll see you next time. Peace.